Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a best of 5 between Firebird and Drath from the first ever FalPal monthly circuit. There's a link in the description to sign up for the next one, or just join the Discord channel and talk about it in the sign up channel. Top left-hand corner is going to be the orange Terran player Firebird. Man, I love orange so much. And in the bottom right-hand corner is the blue Protoss player Drath. Running with a war chest skin here on his Nexus. It looks so good. Looks so good with blue. Oh, and the Total Biscuit top hat. Honoring Total Biscuit, who unfortunately and tragically did pass away just last year. We do miss him. He was a good voice and a good person for StarCraft and gaming as a whole, and a proponent for gamers everywhere. All right, so TVP best of 5 here. I was supposed to cast this a while ago. It fell through the cracks. I apologize to everybody involved. We'll get this thing posted up. I'm going to try to cast the finals of the next one live, depending on if it works out. If it works out for us to do so. My schedule is kind of tight. There are little windows where I can do live casting. I can cast late in the evening for YouTube, because it doesn't matter what time I do that. But if it's going to be during the day, most days, it's hard. It's hard for me to do it, is what we're doing. I have a full-time job. I've got 3 kids, etc., etc. SCV does go down there for Firebird. Another one comes off the line to finish this barracks. But guess what? That means the probe can come back in to do some more harassment, and another SCV has to come off the line to stop this. That's so annoying. This is so annoying from Drath right now. I kind of like it, actually, this probe harass. It's pretty fantastic. Now, these are the 2 best players that signed up for the FalPal monthly circuit, and as such, they are not GM. Okay, I've actually cast both of these players before. They are both Midrank Madness. I'd say they're both Diamond level, whether that's D2 or D1. I'm not entirely sure. I think Drath is actually Diamond with all 3 races, which I'm just super impressed with. He's a very good player, for sure. This probe, man. This is going to get another kill. Check him. Look at him chasing this SCV down. You better not stop, SCV. And ring around we go. Oh, he does get it and ends up dead, but 2 kills on that probe. Well done. Well done, Probiculus. That is now your official name, is Probiculus, getting 2 kills in the first 2 minutes of this game on Port Alexander. I did not mention that. That's where this is. This is on the previous patch, so there are some differences here, but nothing too crazy, I don't think. Nothing I'm really worried about messing up here as far as skills go. But Reaper on the way. All that time there was a Reaper coming in too, and I do have our Reaper name. I'm covering it up though on my other screen. Hang on, we got this. If he stays alive long enough for me to stop it or start it, I'll name him. He does with the KDA charge manage to stay alive, which is nice. Alright, here it is. Ready for this? This is Barney the Dinosaur. Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination, and when he's tall, Emperor Mengsk blames children for children's stagnation. Barney's punishments are big and small. He's sent as a Reaper to a lot of places. After he fights, he wants to go away and cry with sad faces. Alright, man. Barney the Dinosaur here. That could have been written better, Mr. Atwell. I assume that was you. Next time there's a song or a poem of some kind, let's work on rhythm and stanza and stuff, okay? Alright. So, that Stalker, gee willikers, that Stalker is up to a couple kills. 2 kills on those SCVs. Reaper comes in. Oh, Barney the Dinosaur. Why? Why? Actually, Stalker getting on out of here, getting chased down. The Reaper's going to kill it. Barney, are you going to kill a Stalker? Holy smokes. Barney the Dinosaur is going to take down a Stalker, ladies and gentlemen. That's something you see every day of the week. Kabam! There it goes. Well played indeed, for sure. All right, so in the meantime, Drath, what else are you working on? Additional Stalkers getting charge. That's a very fast charge upgrade for you, Senor. Stim coming in. Expansion done for both players. Terran player is working on a reactor on that factory. That's interesting. Already has a reactor on the barracks. What are you going to reactor out here? Widow Mines, maybe? Oh, that'd be interesting. Reactor to Widow Mines here versus Drath, I think would be problematic. He does have a robotics facility on the way. He will have the ability. There it is. It's going to be Widow Mines, and then it's going to be a starport. It's going to be Widow Mine drop. So he's going to have the ability to make observers in time to stop this. Reaper, Barney the Dinosaur comes in again with his 1 kill. Mind you, it is a Stalker, so you're like, 1 kill, boring. No, it's awesome. Can he get another? He's going to get another probe kill. Barney the Dinosaur, a successful Reaper. Actually, 3 kills, and he escapes with his life. Barney the Dinosaur. Oh, is he blocked in? No, he does. Oh, he squeezes through. He gets picked off anyway. He was slowed down just enough to where he got rocked there. All right. Fair enough. Charge is finishing up here. We're moving out Actually, just moving out with Widow Mines, not even waiting for a medevac, although there is one on the way, and a couple Marines coming in here, too. We got Stalkers pushing. 4 Stalkers coming across the map here. We got 2 Widow Mines and a bunch of Marines. That's not really going to be enough. It's going to be enough defense, but the Stalker's going to have a hard time with it. Firebird finally unsupply blocks himself. And are we just waiting for the medevac here? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh, they moved out. Widow Mine does get buried. Does burrow itself down there. These guys trying to burrow in. Nope, the Stalker's a little bit too smart for that, but they will kill your Marines. Thanks. Thanks for asking. And this is just slowing down this push. The Stalker command here by Drath is pretty good. I'm actually fairly impressed by it. It's 29 to 34 workers. Drath has the lead. Marauders with Stim coming here too from Firebird. But the Widow Mines have been discovered. They had to reveal themselves, which means there really should be an observer coming out here for Drath, but there's not. There is not one on the way at all. Production is showing very nicely for Firebird. Drath not doing anything. Literally nothing right now. I'm not sure what he was. Maybe he had to stretch a little bit, but we've got our Zealots here. I love these Zealots so very, very much. It's the Purifier skin, and they got the 2 claws that are orange and glowy. Hot, hot stuff. All right, man, so here come Marines, Marauders, a ton of Widow Mines. Still no detection. How? Drath, you know there's Widow Mines. How is this happening? Oh, gonna fire. Oh, friendly fire wipes out a ton of those Marines. More Widow Mine shots, though, on the warping in units, and they don't have they don't need detection because they fired, and now they're not available. That friendly fire was brutal. That was brutal. I think that Widow Mine was responsible for 5 or 6 Marine deaths there, and that really changed the tenor of that whole battle. Now it's suddenly 34 to 35 army supply. Drath is coming up. He's doing just fine. He was down, I think, before that battle. Now he's doing all right for himself. So he's going to push across the map. Still no detection. Is he still not making an observer? He doesn't need him, man. Unless there's drilling claws, I don't care. Says Drath. All right, so Widow Mine gets a juicy shot off on those Zealots. Wow, all of them are extremely injured at this point, except for a couple. A couple are fine. Another couple of Widow Mines back there, too. This is enough to force Drath to pull back. He's maybe waiting for reinforcements, maybe waiting for this Warp Prism to cruise on up. Here is our drop. A bunch of Marines from Firebird. Going to cruise on down and see what they can do on the other side of the map here. And Drath is actually coming home. He's coming home against this. He's still, oh, there's an Immortal. He's trying to make an Immortal, but he is supply blocked. He doesn't care about observers at all at this stage in the game, unfortunately. But man, 85 out of 86. Both players are supply blocked right now. Not something you see every day is when both players are supply blocked at the exact same time. A Banshee sneaking on in. Here comes the drop. So the Banshee maybe going to harass at the 3rd that Drath's trying to get up while we drop inside the main. What is the target here? Oh, it's an Observer. Finally, an Observer comes out. He just unloads over here and it's like, we'll just kill whatever is in range, I guess. What's he even target firing right now? Oh, we got the pylon. He got the pylon. The Artosis pylon took down 4 warp gates, Cyber Core, Twilight Council, and Robotics Facility. That is a pretty good one. That is pretty fantastic stuff. Oh, but does get picked off. The drop is dead. Not sure if that was worth it in that situation. Resources lost here, 1,300 for Drath, 1,900 for Firebird. Just so many Widow Mines from Firebird. This is a weird strategy, man. If you're going to have this many, go for Drilling Claws, dude. I really would love you to get Drilling Claws. You're going to have this many Widow Mines at the 8, 9, 10 minute mark of the game, because at least it forces the Protoss player to keep detection with him. And if he outruns his detection, which is very easy to do because observers are slow unless they have their speed upgrade, it's a bad thing. So repowering all this stuff now is Drath. He's feeling good about that. Infantry. Ugh. I can never say infantry fast. My tongue always slips on that thing. Infantry weapons, level 1, completed now for a Firebird. Army supply, 46 to 41. And, okay, so Observer sneaking on out. Oh, but there's a Raven, which means the Marines will get there and kill it unless they're too slow, and they don't. Okay, so Widow Mine's going to burrow themselves. One does take out the Observer. That's pretty good. That was pretty good. Anti-armor missile catches everything that's here. Now the Widow Mines! All the Zealots are gone, and now it's just Stalkers. I think Firebird just won this game. Just with that alone, more Zealots are warping in here. The Banshee's getting some decent shots off. Decent stutter step out of Firebird. I'm liking it quite a bit. GG taps out. Firebird ends up taking game number 1 there in 9 minutes and 28 seconds. Well done. Well done by Firebird. I'm serious. That anti-armor missile combined with the Widow Mine hits was exactly what won him that game. Right? This guy has 3 kills. This guy somehow mysteriously has 0 kills. And these ones too, I think they're new. But yeah, man, that last battle is where it was at. Firebird gets the win here in game number 1. We'll move on to game number 2 here. very shortly, but decent back and forth. I mean, really, how many? We did lose a couple, 4 or 5 workers on each side. There was a decent push. Drath never really put too much pressure on Firebird. The Stalker harass was good in the early game. Killed a couple SCVs. The probe harass was excellent. It really was. But then when it came down to that final battle, there wasn't splash damage, right? It was only Stalker, only Zealot there, and as a result, he just didn't have an answer to all of this bio and had to tap out. So we'll see how he does in Game 2, which is going to come up right now. All right, Game 2 is going to be on Cerulean Fall, the ladder edition. Top right-hand corner, Firebird. Bottom left-hand corner, Drath. Woo! That was a pretty good game number 1, you guys. Let's see how Game 2 is going to hold up. And yes, this is a bonus cast for the week of February the 4th? Whatever, February the 4th. And if you don't know, I'm streaming on Twitch these days, twitch.tv/FalconPaladin. On the weekends, I stream Warcraft 2 and other nostalgic stuff. Weekdays, 3 times. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. We stream, well, Samacron and I stream StarCraft 2, 2v2s, at the diamond level. And let me tell you what, it is so cheesy. It is so darn cheesy out there. Holy smokes. Battle cruiser rushers are everywhere. Alright, man. Probe scouting here is Drath, as all good Protoss do. Probe harassing is Drath, as all good Protoss do. Just pull over another SCV. There you go. That's all you got. That's all you're going to make happen here. Get some extra shots off. You will win in a straight-up battle, which other probe doesn't want to fight you. Doesn't want to fight you at all. And this is the probe from the BlizzCon. If you got a BlizzCon virtual ticket, they gave you this skin. It is intended to mimic Brood War probes, which I think it does. Having been casting a lot of Brood War recently, I'd say it does. The double gas is scouted by the probe, which is really important stuff. Double gas Terran indicates you're probably going to see a bunch of Cyclones, probably going to see a bunch of Marauders, something along those lines, maybe a quick Banshee rush, something like that. You're not going to see a bunch of Marines, that's for sure, and you probably won't see a super fast expand either. Although, Firebird does have an SCV down here and about 300 minerals, and by golly, is going to go ahead and go for the expand. Just not super fast, because again, the double gas was out first. And there it is. Drath going for the 1-gate expand. Cybercore actually before. Looks like Cybercore before Nexus, and another pylon before second gas, based on the timing here. And yes, yes it is. So now, are we going to gas? We're going to second gas Drath? You got to... That's what this build is. You got to get that second gas up at some point. He is chrono boosting out a... Oh, he would be chrono boosting on a Zealot, but he was supply blocked a little bit there. That pylon, a little bit late, unfortunately. But anyway, Reaper is out. Reaper's name is, let's see, Samacron. Having lost a bet to Emperor Falcon Paladin, Samacron was sentenced to the Reaper program. Every time he makes a drone kill, he sings a little bit of his favorite song, Frozen. Now, if you don't know what that's all about, Samacron and I on the Falcon Paladin Hour, of which there's a link in the description. It's a weekly podcast with me and the Australian Samacron. We made a bet about BlizzCon 2018. If Maru made it further than Cyril, then I would sing a song of Samacron's choosing. But if Cyril made it further than Maru in that round of 8, then he would sing a song of my choosing. And as we all know, Maru got 3-0'd in the first round by SOS, and Cyril won the whole thing, so it really couldn't have gone worse for him, and better for me. Anyway, he ended up singing Frozen, or not Frozen, singing Let It Go from Frozen, my choice, there on the podcast. So if you want to hear it, you just got to go back and look at the archives, find the one that was talking about BlizzCon, post-BlizzCon, and you can hear Samacron's lovely, lovely dulcet tones as he sings from Disney. Now, I like this Stalker harass against Terran. I really do. One Stalker can get a lot of stuff done here, as evidenced by the fact that 2 Marines are going to die, and probably some SCVs going to start to die here too. But then once again, the Reaper comes home. This is basically... Ooh, almost killed his own SCV there. Focus down the SCV. Ah, didn't do it. And Reaper, once again, Samacron does end up getting a kill. Did he kill a probe too? Yes, it looks like he killed a probe and a Stalker. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. So there's your Starport, there's your Marauders, there's your Hellions. And here we go with a couple Hellions and a Reaper going to push out across the map here. Now, this is interesting. There's only 1 Stalker defending. There's a sentry on the way, but Drath is feeling very exposed right now. I really don't think he's prepared for this at all. This is generally more of a TVZ opening where you get a couple Hellions and a Reaper and try to harass on in here with that against Lings and against, well, not really against Queens. You want to run away from those, but Lings and Drones and Creep Tumors are generally going to be your targets. But there we go. We got Cloak on the way and a Liberator. So like I said, Banshee's going to be in play with that early gas, which I think Drath needs to be aware of. Is he getting detection at all? Robotic Facility on the way. He has the ability to have observers when he needs them. But the question is, will you make them late again? And this time, will it be too late? I don't know. It does take a while for Cloak to finish. That needs to get started early if you want to do some early harassment with it. And he didn't start it crazy early because, again, he's got these Hellions. He's got this Reaper. He's not going up that ramp. That is not what you're doing, Firebird. I am sorry. That is 4 Stalkers now with shield battery support. Even if it was just the Stalkers. Seriously. But Liberator pushing across might do a little bit of a setup, a siege at the front door. Might go after this probe line, but there are Stalkers and there's an Observer out. So 2 Stalkers in the main. I don't really see this Liberator getting much done. Drath seems to be prepared for it, which is fantastic for him. Yeah, it's going to fly right on past these Stalkers. I don't know if they're going to see it. You know what? No, they don't see it. The Stalkers do move out and pushing out against our Reaper and our Hellions, but you know what? Ah, never mind. Took a direct line in to where the Stalkers are. And now is forced to flee for the safety of this dead airspace back here. And there's really nowhere that she can set up to harass these probes without dying. Well thought about it. But did not happen. All right, so good job there. Good job there by Drath. Additional observers are out. There's a Banshee here cruising on down, and she does have Cloak. That upgrade is complete here at 5 minutes, but there's 2 observers out. There's a bunch of Stalkers. There is a shield battery. You know what? A shield battery inside the mineral line can deal with 1 Banshee exceptionally well. The Banshee cannot do enough damage fast enough to actually get through the healing that the Warp Prism does against those probes. Did you know that? I bet you didn't know that. Or you probably did if you've actually been watching StarCraft at all. So here we go. Like, the Stalkers are pretty good defense, but at the same time, the probes... Oh, actually, there we go. See that shield battery doing stuff? That was not protected by shield battery, though. There's the blink. Where's the observer? There it is. And now, so 2 probes go down. Not a huge deal, but the Banshee does get picked off. And so far, resources lost are favoring Drath, 700 to 300. Got another drop coming in, a Widowmine drop follow-up from Firebird. Working on additional Marauders here. Really, again, a weird composition. Marauder, Widowmine, Marine. And still not getting Drilling Claws, which is very, very odd. But we got a Robotics Bay on the way from Drath, perhaps going for Colossus, perhaps going for Disruptors, which are going to be pretty good against this composition. These very small units, very bunched up units. Either way, splash damage is going to be great here, and I like to see Drath going for this. It's going to be a Dark Shrine from Drath. All right, so maybe DTs. Hallucinated Phoenix cruises in and sees what's going on. Hey, look, it's Drilling Claws from Firebird. All right, Firebird, you're good. I'm on board now with your Widowmine style with Drilling Claws. So once again, good to have... Oh, there's the blink, and the Medivac dies. 2 of the Widowmines on load. One of them does manage to fire, killing 2 probes. Another one kills a single probe. Nice pull there by Drath. Nice destruction, and wow, Firebird is taking losses like crazy right now. 1,300 to 400 resources lost in favor of the Protoss player. Third base is up and happily running, whereas Firebird is just not really... His third base is not done yet, is what I'm trying to say. And it is going to be Disruptor play from Drath. Here comes a Hellion push against these Stalkers. Again, not a great idea. Especially if they blink on top of you. But regardless, Somicron is still alive, mind you. Somicron is still alive. He's got 2 kills to his name. He's getting healed by Medivacs now. That is big time. That is big time stuff for any Reaper. As if you get healed up. Oh, picking off a Widowmine, trying to push up here with the Marines and the Marauders, but the Disruptor sitting back here causing problems. Drilling Claws is almost done. What is this Warp Prism trying to do? Oh, no, it does not happen. Widowmine firing on the Warp Prism. Overextending a little bit there. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. That was insane. Shot does get off, but also the Widowmine dies. So just kind of setting up here with Marines and Marauders, trying to pick off what they can. It's a weird position, though. They're going to have to go around this rock face here, which is very, very frustrating. A tank showing up here, too. APM over 200 for Firebird right now. Widowmine's burrowing in. Do you have... Ah, beautiful Nova. The Widowmines are toast. Absolutely toast. They're actually stimming forward here, stimming back, and blinking forward. I'm not sure if that was a great idea. The DT is in here hacking away. Extra DTs. There's your scan. Your DTs are now all gone. Oh, man. Observer's getting picked off, too. Bam. There's not much here for Firebird, but it's actually not... It's pretty fantastic. Where can he see it? He can see the sheen. Oh, additional DTs coming in. I'm not sure that was the right idea from Drath at all. Panic DTs here. And all the DTs are... No, the scan is done. The DT is still alive, forcing a liftoff there, and whack. That poor Marine didn't even see it coming. Pushed on back home is Firebird, but it's 103 to 62 supply. He won that engagement really, really handily. 51 to 19 army supply in favor of Firebird. That's insane. All that's here for Drath are a couple stalkers. More stalkers back home here. Production tab is empty. He's going for a 4th base. He's getting pylons. He's getting upgrades, but his army production is absolutely 0 right now. But 51 to 19 is a problem. Tanks, Marauders, Liberators from Firebird. Gonna try to sneak on in here against this Protoss army that does have splash, mind you. There are disruptors here. That disruptor skin is hot. That is really, really nice disruptor skin. It almost feels cyberpunk in a way. Kind of a dirty technology style thing. Kind of mesmerizing too. Oh, is it double pronged harass? Dang, Firebird. You're coming to the left side. You're coming in on the right side. Going to try to set up at the natural base and set up at the main base here too. Stalker's going to shut this one down. The one on the right side is not going to get anything done at all. But the one inside the main base, I feel like this drop is going to be problematic. Tank sets up. Where, oh, the Artosis pylon. Okay, not really. There's one pylon there. There's another pylon there. The tank is trying to shut it down and depower all this stuff. There's a Colossus on the way. And they do. Actually, depower. Oh, it doesn't depower the robotics facility, though. But the drop gets entirely killed. Actually, only depowering one warp gate because this pylon's well placed, and this pylon's well placed, and they just kind of overlap here. This one too is not bad either. Yeah, pretty good stuff. Firebird's got a 4th base too. Drath's 4th base is done. Worker supply in favor here of Firebird. Mule's also helping with his income to be 2,600 to 1,600 right now. Definite advantage for the Terran player. A couple probes go down. Is that? Was that this? I don't know. It might have been this. I'm trying to figure that out. Anywho, that is a big army. That is a big, big Firebird army. 88 to 61. So it's not as bad as it was, actually. Drath has managed to pick it up quite a bit. He's got Colossus, which are looking fantastic, too. That looks like the War Chest skin as well. Dark Templar trying to wander up. Do you have a Raven? He doesn't have a Raven. But I don't know why you would hack at that army. You're just instantly going to die. That's more resources lost for you, Drath. 8,000 to 5,000. And now Firebird is in the lead that way. We got Marauders. We got Marines. We're going to set up on this high ground. And actually going to try to deal with this. The tanks do set up into siege mode. These Stalkers are in trouble. Nice Purification Nova catching both of the tanks. One of them does end up going down, but that is too much Marine Marauder. There's not enough support for these Colossus. Stimming forward into this is Firebird. Feeling very, very confident. Wipes out Drath's army, and there's the good game. Firebird ends up winning game number 2 with a very big Marine Marauder tank push. Fantastic job by him there. These guys, do they have the upgrades? They've got the 2-2. They've got the drilling claws. The tanks are on +2 attack as well. +2 armor is done here for Drath, but no plus attack. The disruptors, there weren't quite enough of them. The Colossus were not a fantastic answer when there are so many Marauders on the ground here from Firebird. That's been the case since Wings of Liberty, right? It has. If you're trying to deal with Colossus as Terran, a bunch of Marauders actually do pretty well there. As you can see, they can stem forward. They do that bonus damage versus armor. They can take out the Colossus very easily, move on to the next one, and then deal with the Zealots and the Stalkers or whatever remain. So nice job by Firebird. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Just game plan. Excellent execution there. That final push was scary, and he's up 2-0 moving into this game 3. Is Drath going to survive long enough to actually get us into a game 4 or a game 5? You'll have to stick with us and find out, but heck, we'll be right back anyway. Game 3 is going to be on Blue Shift, the Ladder Edition. Bottom left-hand corner, Firebird. Top right-hand corner, Drath. Ooh, he's red now. I like it. I like red versus orange, but if you're colorblind, I am very, very sorry. There's a reason that major tournaments make players choose red and blue, and colorblindness is that reason. All right, man. All right, Drath, what do you have? What do you have? I feel like you need more splash damage. I feel like you need Storm. Right? Right. Okay, I'm glad we have that settled. Here we go. Once again, probe scouting out. Probe doing harassment. Let's see if it's successful as the other probes in this series. And once again, you too can sign up for the FalPal monthly circuit. There's a link in the description to challenge. You can sign up using Twitter or Facebook or whatever. You don't have to actually create an account. And yeah, there is another one coming up. There is a date and time there, and hope to see you there. All right, man. This probe right here is going to scout. It's going to scout. It's going to see one refinery. It's going to see some SCVs. It's going to see not a second refinery, and actually zoom back this way, going for the juke, trying to get in there and finish off that SCV before. No, actually not even bothering. Getting out before he gets trapped in there, I think, maybe. The last game, I believe it did get trapped inside, and that was bad for it. And actually, look at stealing some minerals. And then going home. Firebird, going for the Reaper. Reaper's name is Matt Murdock, blind lawyer by day and blind superhero by night. Daredevil constantly internally battled with the morality of being a defense attorney who goes around beating up his own potential clients at night and being a good Christian who calls himself a devil. While the Terran Dominion attempted to hunt down Daredevil, they arrested Matt Murdock for his work getting innocent clients exonerated in the Dominion's kangaroo court justice system. Matt was sent to the Restoring Ethical Attorney Professional Education Regime, or Reaper, to learn that the universe is harsh and that there is no such thing as innocence. Matt now is in a long-take fight scene that is probably not going to end in his victory. Have you guys seen that? Daredevil Season 1. It's on Netflix. I don't know what episode it is, but if you actually search it up on YouTube, there is a hallway fight where it is one long take for like 5 or 6 minutes. And it's just fighting. It's just straight up fighting. It's Matt Murdock is Daredeviling his way through there. It's great because Daredevil doesn't have superhuman strength. He doesn't. He has superhuman, like, senses and reflexes and speed, I guess. But if you punch him in the face, it hurts. He doesn't have superhuman endurance, is what I'm trying to say. Although, generally... Okay, so there's a certain level as this Reaper gets in here, and... Oh... The ultimate ignominious death there. No probe kills and killed by probes. Brutal. Brutal stuff for Matt Murdock. Anyway, I mean, there is the general, as Drath goes to the proxy Stargate, there is the general, every superhero has the ability to take a punch that would kill a normal human being, even if they don't technically have super endurance as a power, right? Right. So Matt Murdock has a certain level of that. He can take a human punch and, like, not die from it, even though it got punched right in the nose. And generally, getting punched in the nose means it goes up into your brain and then you die if it hits you in the wrong way. But no, not Daredevil. He's fine. Okay, the Marines are working on these unbuildable rocks. A couple Hellions out in here too, but the Stalker pressure from Drath again. Now, here's where Drath needs to work on transitions, I think. He's really good at this early harassment. He gets stuff done. Man, he kills Marines. He's fighting against these Hellions. He really pushes into Firebird's comfort zone. He kills SCVs. He forces lost mining time. He always looks good in the early stages of these games, but then he kind of falls apart in the mid-game. And actually, these Hellions feel like they're enough to take down this Stalker, because they are. But the Stalker is fighting pretty hard, taking out a couple Hellions there. What is this? What is this, Drath? Is it an Oracle? See, that's what I'm talking about. If you're microing up front, he forgets about other stuff. There's your Oracle. So Oracle on the way here. This Oracle's name is the Wrathful Grapes. Ready for that one? Wrathful Grapes. A Dark Templar captured a human literacy expert and invaded the human's mind with a horrific Dark Templar technology. In the human's mind, the Dark Templar found references to the grapes of wrath and that it inspired such sorrow. Deciding that grapes were the ultimate weapon of humanity, the Dark Templar stole some and stuffed it into an oracle to make the ultimate weapon. This has only resulted in a slightly glitchy oracle that smells like expired fruit. I love it. I'm liking that a lot. All right, so this oracle, unopposed, guys. Heads up, 2 oracles unopposed. So the Wrathful Grapes, there's 2 of them. Unfortunately, there's a Widowmine drop coming out here too. So I think we're going to see an exchange of dead workers right about the 5.5 minute mark. It feels like Hellion checking for a quick third. There's not one there. What is here to defend against this? Literally nothing. A Twilight Council's on the way. There's a couple Stalkers, but a couple Stalkers aren't enough. Meanwhile, whoop-bam! Goodbye, all of the SCVs in the main. Firebird losing a ton of stuff here. His drop is stalled on the other side. There is a Widowmine out. Oh, kill the Widowmine. Kill the Widowmine before it burrows. Didn't do it. Did not do it. But actually hanging out away from the Widowmine. That's pretty good stuff, man. A lot of SCVs are going down. Here comes the... Oh, it's a Hellion drop. That's not even a Widowmine drop. Dang it, Falcon. Check what's inside those medevacs first of all. Actually doing a great job against these probes. as well. This Widow Mine going to burrow on in. The natural base is completely bereft. There's no worker stuff happening here. Everybody dies, and the medevac might actually, never mind, the medevac decided to stick around instead, which is really, really dumb. Anyway, the great Wrathful Grapes, 7 kills and 4 kills each. Not too shabby stuff at all. Natural base, again, not happening for Firebird right now. It is 31 to 25 workers. Drath has the lead. Drath has been doing really good. I think he defended Firebird's drop better than Drath, or better than Firebird defended his drop. That's for sure, and so far so good from our Protoss player. Can he force that all-important game number 5 in the situation when you're down by 2 games? Firebird has a Banshee over here. I don't think he's used it for anything yet. And there it is. Gonna cloak. Oh, the cloak Banshee is here. No, Drath. You had a lead and you got to throw it away. Where's the observer? He doesn't have. Okay, he's got Revelation. And that saved him. If he didn't have Revelation, I think he's just dead. So good job, Oracles, man. Make Oracles an early game. Terran or Protoss players. Terran players, try it too. Let me know how it goes. Alright, Firebird pushing with Marines, Marauders, Widow Mines. He's doing that Maru style, man, where it's all sorts of stuff. Liberators, probably get a Raven in here at some point too. It's just Marine, Marauder, Medevac is out. You need to do all the things. You need to make all of the stuff to be happy and well balanced in StarCraft these days. Alright, man. Stalkers here. A lot of Stalkers here. Once again, we've seen Stalkers not be that great. Banshee's sneaking on in, trying to get some stuff done, but Stalker, pretty good answer there. And you know what? There's the cloak again. Where's your Oracle? Is your Oracle going to be used to save these probes? Please tell me. There it is. Okay, great job. Banshee does end up with 4 or 5 kills. Nothing too crazy there. It's 36 to 37 workers. Actually, 37 to 35 in favor of Drath. Workers killed 24 to 12 in favor of Firebird here. All right, so the Widow Mines come right on in, burrow at that front area. And the Marines and Marauders are like, hey, we're just going to take down this pylon. This one, we're going to take down this here warp gate. Widow Mines firing on stuff. Ow, 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 ow. Oracles are all down, but there's enough Stalkers remaining, I think, to win this thing. Although target firing the wounded ones, these Marines are doing pretty darn well for themselves until the Stalkers turn their attentions to them and do, in fact, wipe them out and push them home. So Army Supply 30 to 23. Firebird still has that lead. It's got a bunch of stuff back home. That was, I don't know, the Widow Mines are really entertaining. I don't know how super effective they've been in some of the situations, but they actually won game number 1 for Firebird. So it's not too shabby, as it turns out. Anyway, Marauder coming on back home. We're working on medevacs. We certainly are. This guy has seen some stuff, but he made it home. He's got 1 kill. Gonna move out with a Widow Mine drop. Okay, this one is a Widow Mine drop out of Firebird. And here comes a Stalker push. Do they have Blink? They do have Blink. So Blink Stalker push here with no attack upgrades at all. Oh, entire full medevac gets destroyed there by Stalkers. Just bad luck from Firebird overall. Observer sets up and says, hey, you know what? This front door is looking pretty wide open, man. There's nothing here. Let's kill some supply depots, try to supply block our opponent, and we're going to be able to, actually, if we kill both of these. And we are, because there's really nothing stopping us. And there it goes. Supply blocked is Firebird, and Drath is in a fantastic position. But guess what? Widow Mines! Yeah! 7. Burrow that one, too. Burrow that one too. Are you defending back here? I think he's defending back here is what he's doing. Oh, it does burrow. And bam, catches a Stalker. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So Liberators do force this guy back. We've got the repair happening on the orbital command. Army supply is 29 to 29. It's pretty darn even. Worker supply is pretty even too, 40 to 43. Stalkers pulling back to the safety and the relative comfort of this Stargate. Gonna blink on up in the main. Blinking up on the main, and there's a Warp Prism here to warp an additional ones, and he can do that too. He can do it too. Get the Liberators. Get the Liberators. Can't quite get the Liberators. That's a huge problem. You can't quite get the Liberators. Warp Prism's here to warp in stuff. It does get focused down by the Marines. Stalkers trying to go after, I guess, buildings and add-ons and whatnot, but kind of backed into a corner by these Marines and these Marauders continuing to attack on in. Is Drath killing some SCVs. 3, 4 SCVs going down. I think they just used a blink. No, they're blinking into the natural base. This is pretty good. I'm liking this. Abusing the immobility, the relative immobility of the Terran army, killing 10 SCVs. He's up 43 to 36. His production tab is probes, and that's it, though, which is a problem. Drath, once again, having a hard time building stuff while microing on the other side of the map. A 3rd base is done for Firebird. A 3rd base is done for Drath. Drath is up. in all meaningful categories except for Army, I guess, where it is 32-29 in favor of Firebird. Resources lost really even. 6,218 to 6,250. Seems real close. Immortals in production. Splash Man, you need the splash. I've seen Protoss players do this. Hero in particular in a PvT where he didn't use splash, but splash makes it so much easier, especially against this really bio-heavy play that we're seeing out of Firebird. It's a lot of Marines and Marauders, man. Storm's going to help you immensely. There's the Templar Archives. So maybe he's going for it this game. That'd be nice. Liberator sets up at the third. Gets some stuff done, but nothing really. We have another Liberator setting up at a base that doesn't exist. And the pylons are getting taken down. What the heck is killing? Oh, wow. All right, so this one wandered up, and then this one wandered up. They're injured from the defense of their home earlier. They didn't manage to sneak in there and get 9 pro kills, and now it's 51-47. Drath is up by not nearly as much as he was previously, so Firebird does manage to return the favor and get it done. All right, man, so 3 base, 2-3 base. Hey, look, it's Storm. Drath is getting Storm. Excellent. I love to see you getting Storm, especially against this bio-heavy play. Widowmines can't withstand Storm. Marines can't either. Marauders can a little bit. But if you just have a bunch of Zealots to clean those up, you're going to be just fine. Especially if they're already injured. It's so much easier to do, right? You walk up to this, Storm. That's what Storm. That's the sound that Storm makes. Actually, it's not. It's more of, wow, what is it actually comparable to in real life? I don't know. It sounds like maybe you're running water a little bit. Anywho, Firebird is pushing out across the map. He's got Widow Mines, Marines, and Marauders again. Dance with who brought ya, I believe is what they try to say. Knocking down these rocks to open up the attack path a little bit. And does he have a Storm available? He does not. He had let the Liberators take the engagement. Storm is almost done. Is he going in anyway? He's going in anyway. The Widow Mines do end up firing on these Zealots, actually taking down a Liberator, which is kind of awesome. Where are the High Templar? Do you have enough for Storm, High Templar? He does not have enough for Storm, but he does. Watch as the Liberator gets taken down. The Medivacs get picked off there as well. And he holds without Storm. Just enough Stalkers, enough Immortals. Immortals trade really well with Marauders. As it turns out, they do that bonus damage versus armor, to which Marauders are. But a 4th base is on the way from Drath, whereas the 4th base is done for Firebird. He's really keeping up in economy, expanding behind his attacks, which is always something that you have to be doing. And StarCraft Day 9 taught me that, and it's a lesson I struggled to learn, because I too enjoy microing at the battlefield and forgetting to do stuff back home. But sometimes you got to have goals, and those goals can include even basic stuff like that. All right, so we're 13 minutes into this game. So far, both players have lost quite a bit, around 9,000 each. And are we working? Is that personal cloaking, or is that Banshee cloaking? Click. It is personal cloaking, so it is Ghost. Marine Marauders come in. That's a good Artosis Pylon right there. It's going to depower 3 Warp Gates, Templar Archives, and the Twilight Council. Holy crap. Drath does love his Artosis Pylons, as it turns out. Immediately throws up 2 Pylons, thereby ensuring that can't happen again. We've got a bit of a Marine Marauder attack coming into the 4th base. Firebird has figured out that small little attacks of Marines and Marauders can be devastating because their damage output is so high. Here they are, firing against this Nexus. We got this. Armor level 2 is finished, but then the Stalkers show up and everybody dies. So they're like, gotta take down as many probes as we can before we die. That turns out to be not that many. So Ghost personal cloaking is on the way. For the longest time, I thought that was personnel cloaking, but it's personal cloaking for Ghost because it's personal. Fleet Beacon on the way from Drath. Might get into some carrier play, maybe some Tempest play to deal with these Liberators. Not a bad idea. Not my favorite way to deal with them, but not too bad either. And really make an additional High Templar would be great. Actually, he has a pretty good number of them already. That's going to be 6. 7. 7 High Templar on the ground for Drath, and Storm is done. We haven't seen him throw down a Storm yet, but it would be really good if he had it for this next engagement. Honestly, wandering up here and just going Storm, 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 and then attacking in would be a beautiful position for him to be in, but he's playing defensively. He's a little bit worried about these little incursions as Liberators are setting up at his attempt at a 5th base and swinging into his natural base where there are Stalkers. See, leaving Stalkers at home, man, it pays off. That Liberator, that one shot off there. The Marines do find the newly warping in base. They're going after a pylon. They did kill that. Didn't force a cancel. Actually straight up killed it. Drath, where's your attention? Oh, another Liberator. Yeah, man. Firebird, he knows how to do. He knows how to harass from multiple angles at once and force you to respond to multiple things at once, which I hate doing. I understand what's going on here, Drath. I've been in your shoes. All right, so 189 to 164 supply. 130 to 197. Drath has the lead. He's got splash damage. He's got his base coming up here. Firebird is now going for his 5th. But it is late. It is late compared to Drath. Drath decides, I'm maxed out. It's time to go. And yes, it is, Drath. It is absolutely time to go. Let's do this thing. Stalkers, does he still not like attack upgrades? He has +1 attack. That's good. And +2 armor versus this Terran foe. Nukes. Oh, no, Firebird. Good pull. All right, so he recognizes the threat. He sees the dot. That's pretty good stuff. There's your nuke. Here's your attack. Oh, the 4th base does go down for Firebird. Where's the storm? Now, there we go. There's one storm. There's another storm. There's a miss and another miss. There's a beautiful one there. So just when you have this many High Templar, you can do this stuff. You can do this stuff, but suddenly there's still enough stuff remaining. And suddenly this Ghost gets taken down, and suddenly your Stalkers are down here. And the High Templar are fighting here too with their basic attack, which is not good for them at all. And Firebird manages to hold despite the plethora of storm there. So Tempest trading exceptionally well with these Liberators. You don't want to fight this. Why are you fighting this, Liberators? It is a bad look for you. Oh, but Firebird does have his 5th base done. 5th base done for Drath. He needs to put these guys back to work. I don't know where that Ghost went. I'm fairly certain that Ghost is still alive. That might be him. That might be the guy. He's cloaked and he's running out of energy. Like, he's not going to have cloak when he goes for his next nuke attempt, which I think is going to be up here. Which, I don't know. There's 4 probes here. I'm not sure that is a worth target at all. But more and more Tempest in production. Firebird is making 4 nukes at once. 4 nukes at once, ladies and gentlemen. That's just dumb. There's a nuke. Here's a nuke. And once again, Drath pulling away the probes like a boss. Oh, gonna lose 1. He's new. But guess what's up here? Another one. Once again, the probes recognize the threat. It'd be real good if you had an observer over here and you could kill this with your probes. It'd be nice. Army coming down. I mean, the whole army comes down to deal with this Ghost. Ah, here we go. He ran out of cloak. So, I mean, eventually you're going to kill this guy, but he's got 4 kills. Finally, Stalkers come in, take him down. Oh my gosh, a nuke at the natural base and a nuke at the 3rd base. Firebird, this is not cool, man. Okay, it's actually exceedingly cool, but Drath is not happy about this. Oh, he doesn't move these guys. 14 kills on that Ghost. He moves these guys. This Ghost does not get nearly as many kills. He has 0. It's very sad, actually. Drop coming in. Drath is kind of falling apart, you guys. He had a huge advantage. That battle did not go his way. Suddenly, he's being nuked all over the place. There's a drop coming over here with just a bunch of Marines towards his 5th. Probably going to try to take it down. It's 71 to 47 workers right now, which is so bad. Where's your detection? There's the detection. And finally, that Ghost gets wiped out. So in equal bases, but man, this guy down here, he's got 16 kills. He's going to get wiped out because he doesn't have detection at all. He might take a High Templar with him. No, he will not. Just kidding. We're going to take that back. That's not what happened at all. Another base on the way from Firebird. Top left, that is going to be his 6th. Drath once again pushing out. He's got Stalkers. Free medevac there, full of dudes. +2 attack, +3 armor, +1 air weapons. A Void Ray in the mix here too. Where is your storm? He has a bunch of storms, actually. All right, so nice EMPs, though. Firebird says, I can cast 2, you know. Pretty good at it. There's a great storm on those Vikings, injuring them immensely. The Ghosts end up dead. The Vikings actually getting picked off here, too. The army for Firebird pushing out at the last second. Oh, the High Templar are out of storm. No more storms available. And that is so bad for your remaining Stalker army. Everybody dead. Trying to recall the Tempest out. No! One gets picked off there. Does not manage to make it home. These guys, too. There's no recall for you. And, I mean, you're pretty zippy these days. I do like that, but it's not great. Not great. Battle cruiser operational for Firebird. He has so many bases. He's totally fine. He's working on 83 total workers on his economy. He's actually not too ahead in minerals per minute, 29 to 2,500. Gas is way ahead for Firebird, though, 1,200 to 200. How come there's so little gas? Drath, he's not saturating his assimilators right now at all. That seems like a bit of a mistake, but that production tab again is empty for Drath, trying to come in with charge lots and deal with his, but charge lots alone are not going to be enough. A nuke on the way against these Tempests, but the Tempests are going to die before the nuke goes off. Is the problem? More Zealots coming on in. They do have the armor, but there are tanks, there are Marines, there are Marauders. Bam! Good game, and Firebird is your winner in 3 games in the best of 5 finals for Fire's FalPal monthly circuit. Whew. So, okay, yes, it was a 3-0, and yes, Firebird looked pretty good, and yes, Firebird got nukes that were really great. But Drath, man, Drath looked great in a lot of situations. This might be my thumbnail. I might just leave it here. I like it. I like it when you can see the like the ammo pinging off the shields. It reminds me of Episode 1 Star Wars, which everyone's favorite movie, right? Everybody loves Star Wars Episode 1. But yeah, in the end, Firebird was able to deal with it. He had great EMPs. He had a lot of Marauders, which can eat a bunch of Storms before they die. You need to storm them and finish them off with something else, like Immortals, like Zealots. But the Zealots were all dead by the time the Storms went off, and control is difficult here in the mid-rank madness levels. I understand that. But Firebird just making more stuff in general, just having bigger armies. The Widow Mines are always fantastic. They're very, very fun. And you'll notice his production tab is always doing things where Drath's wasn't a lot of the time. So even if the income for Drath was good with those mules, he wasn't, or not though. Wow, with that chrono boost, he wasn't necessarily spending it all as fast as he could. I wish I could see the average unspent resources in this series. I feel like it would not be that kind to Drath, and one of the reasons he lost. So congratulations to Firebird, winning the first ever FalPal, well, Fire's FalPal monthly circuit. So cool. Good time. Again, sign up. Link in the description. All right, that is gonna be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a bonus cast, a bonus Midrank Madness for your Saturday. Hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you did. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and don't forget Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. And you take care of yourself.
Before us, our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. Justice, our duty is unending. I feel your presence. We are as one. Sense of soul, a soul in search of the answers. gods watch over you. Kushala adu. The path of ascension is before us. Our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. I sense a soul. A soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. I sense a soul. A soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. I sense a soul. A soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. Kalarulas. Aramulas. Aklaranas. Naslaran. Kinalatu. Casar di Templare. Undaramanaka. Oshara Sashina. Kinalatu.
Thank you.